happens if you do and not resist the process. Perhaps we should sit. Now, what you're going to do first when we have the tissue, because we're going to be dealing with some organic matter. But this is, yeah. What you're going to do is first, you're going to pinch your nose, but you're not going to pinch it so that you can't, so that air can't pass through. Well, at first, you will do it. But you're going to blow, but you're going to blow on a sound, and at first, it's just going to be a and so we just do that for a while. Now, what's happening inside your mouth you're going to find while you're doing that, go ahead and get started, is that your tongue will kind of want to engage in your stuff. And so as you're doing it, say, now how can I do this and relax my tongue as much as possible? It'll make more sense later while the tongue needs to be relaxed. And you really are trying to get some organic matter to come out. You really are. It's not a pretty thing at all. Try and go down into your lower notes. Yeah, what's your lowest possible note that you can do with this? And you can change it. It can be long and short. Make sure there's air coming through as well, not just... I got a time to start. Okay, now in that low pitch where you are right now, feel how relaxed that feels, and now start to move the pitch around a bit. It'll tense up a bit, but try to go up, but keep that same sense of relaxation, muscular relaxation that you feel when you're low. So. And again, relax what's going on in your mouth. Don't let the mouth start to tense up in response to what you're doing. Go higher than you would normally, and then do it. But you're going for ease, ease all the time, ease. Yep. Yep, wonderful. Go really low and then back up high and then just everything in between. Good. Now you're going to hold one nostril and you're going to just work one. So. And you will find that usually one nostril is not working as well as the other. There's always going to be one nostril that's kind of on vacation, and it's not working as well as the other one. You're not broken. That's just kind of how it works. I don't know why. Yes, I guess that's like that. But one's not, yeah, one's just not, yeah, functional. If you start to get some matter, just stop and blow. Nothing to be grossed out about. You know, actually, the stuff that comes out of your nose was at some point in the not so distant past an organ that has sort of regenerated. It's become that. Because your organs regenerate themselves. They're not the same organs you had when you were born. They're not the same organs you had probably a year ago. And so that stuff's got to go somewhere. You know. Switch nostrils, so hold the one that you were pumping, hold it, and then pump the other one. Pump that nostril. Oh yeah, there's the organic matter. Remember your low notes, remember your low notes. Stop and blow when you need to. There you go. Okay, now here comes the magic. You're going to hold it. Of course, you've got to have some air coming through, otherwise your hair will just explode. But you're going to have a continuous exhale, and it's going to sound something like this. that gunk in it or whatever, but it's only temporary. And just go to the end of the breath, but hold it, pinch it just enough so that the air can escape, and it's causing a vibration, and it's allowing all of that stuff to just kind of work itself out. Now, singers among you, this is a wonderful exercise to do, like if you need to warm up and there's no place to go and warm up. It's just as good as doing arpeggios, out loud. So remember to relax the tongue. You might want to pull back and retract a bit. Okay, you might feel a tickle, just jerk it out. And start to play with the pitch a bit, just sort of go around and up and down, but let it be a smooth sort of a moving and not a jerky movement. Okay, keep going. We're going to do this a few times now. This is my favorite part. While you're doing it, all you have to do is drop your jaw. And what's going to happen is you're going to hear a somewhat humorous sound. And it's just going to be clearing off any types of sediment that has sort of settled on your vocal folds. It'll be something like this. I'll turn this for you to see. Just drop your jaw. You don't have to make the sound will make itself. All you have to do is drop your jaw while you're making the sound. And you might stuff might come out. That's fine. You have to do it a few times unless you just got a lot of stuff. Just go back to just. Finish up. We're going to go back to where we started. It'll be kind of sing a little song through your nose. Relax your tongue. And every now and then you can stop with this. Make sure there's nothing hanging out. And nah. Nah. No. So go up and then release it. And have a nice blow. And have some blow.
Did you really just say that?
Have some blow. Trust me, I'm too cheap for that. I would never.
Don't you drive kids? Save your money.
Yeah, I'm too cheap for cocaine. So. That's too expensive. All right, so now I want you to trace down your breastbone, just like bone, 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 bone. I'm using my left hand, you use your right. And you'll find right here where the ribs stop and they go out on both sides. You're just going to push in. Anyone eat within the last 20 minutes? I guess you haven't because you're watching the video.
This coffee can.
Good. Depends on how delicate your digestion is. And you're going to jiggle. This is called the jiggle exercise. And all you're going to do is you're going to give me a nice ah sound, but you're going to jiggle yourself with
Are we supposed to be poking ourselves
you let the voice go, you're just going to sort of relax down onto your belly. So the sound could be kind of trapped here, but ah, 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 ah. But the second you do this, ah, 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 you drop down to the diaphragm. And if you think about a little man or woman jumping on a trampoline on the inside of your body, that can sort of be there to help you when you stop doing this. But get it going with the Can I hear you individually do it to make sure you're doing it right? Jiggle yourself and then stop. And then bounce once you stop. Yeah. Okay, good. Can I hear you? Good. Good. Now don't let it come up into here. Really rely on that. Feel the muscle moving. Yeah? Try it one more time. Okay. You got it, but you really just got to take over as soon as you stop. Go for it. Try it again. Try to trick yourself. So, at first it's all, yeah, and then just, yeah, try it. Okay, all right. I got this for you. You try it again. The voice seems to stop once your hand stopped, yeah?
I rubbing the, yeah.
Think primal ape. Yeah. Okay, good. Now hear you. Yeah, well, it's all right. And this is for screaming and that type of thing. You know you want to be down there with that. You want to scream from down there. So. Okay, good. Don't worry about it. Part 2 will take care of that. Okay, we'll take that. Drop that jump. There you go. All right. Now, face each other, face each other, face each other, face each other.
Oh, those are tissues.
All right. Now, one of you is A and one of you is B. You decide who is who quickly.
B.
All right. A's. Okay. Take B's hand. A's. Oh God, if my hand would hurt so hard. And you're going to take their fist and depend if you're a little like if you're let's say. Depending on how big your fist is, you may not be able to use the entire fist. You may only have to use like 3 fingers or so. So take the person's hand and put it in that little indentation. Yeah? And then gently, you are going to be the jiggler. And it's almost like, you know, when you tickle yourself, it doesn't feel as good or good. It doesn't have the same effect. I'm having a good time. But when somebody else tickles you, you lose your shit. And so this is kind of what this is. When you're jiggling the other person, they really kind of have to submit to what you're doing. So just start gently. You know, don't bring dinner up. And then now you can take your hand off of their hand once it's there. All you're doing is you're guiding them away from those bones so that they're not knocking your bones out. So just put it in a little soft spot. Yeah. Right. And just relax into your belly while they're doing that. And then stop every now and then to let them be able to reconnect without you doing it. Good. And then switch off, take the other person's hand. Relax, don't tense, but relax down into your belly. Good. Do you feel the shift down onto the diaphragm? That's where you want to be, not just for the sake of creating the voice beautiful, but when you are employing the diaphragm in that way. It's one of those things where if you're really using your instrument well, presence just kind of shows up. And a lot of times, because of stage fright, tension, or whatever, we won't descend, or we won't use the diaphragm in the proper way. God, I wish my hand wasn't dirty. And it won't descend in the way that it should descend, and what you get kind of is like one half will go down, and the other half will go down, and there's sort of a spastic movement that's happening. And then all the muscles above it try to compensate. And that's where things like throat tension and all that kind of stuff comes from. Now, this is a very vulnerable space in here, yeah? If you think about it, we have bones everywhere telling muscles what to do except right in here. Yeah? And so there's a lot of indecision and weird stuff that goes on. Like you see some people with a collapsed middle, you know, and some people hyperextend and that type of thing. And that's what that's about a lot of the time, is that it should be sort of a fluid and versatile sort of place in here in terms of just what the possibilities are. But sometimes, depending on just what your life circumstances have been, we try to, let's say, take the bones from here and then just push them down to the, you know, just I'll feel safer if I collapse, you know. Or I'll feel safer if I try to create artificial bones that are holding me up in that way. But it really should be malleable. And you should just be sort of responding to it as if it's just your own little, I don't know, pile of Play-Doh, if you will. And this is just a quick way to make sure that, let's say after, I don't know, after a day sometimes, if it wasn't a wonderful day, you'll find that your voice will sort of creep up and it's here because, you know, you didn't get parking place and you got that bad grade and you broke up with somebody and fuck you. And so you're just saying, okay, oh, no, right, fuck you, you know. And so, yeah, you know, and it's just kind of a more empowering place, meaning that the words that you're sending out now, just that vibrational reality has changed to something that is going to make a difference. You know, there's no way in the world that you can, like if I'm just talking to Jay, hi James, oh my God. Jay, what's up? You know, there's a difference in terms of just the energy, but it's you just saying, all right, there's my diaphragm, there's my instrument, I'm going to play it. And the dialect might also make you kind of tentative about that because when you're here, there's not really a chance to sort of check for the rightness of the dialect, like it's not perfect, screw that. You know, let the dialect catch up with you in terms of just coming from the diaphragm. And that's the thing that's going to make the lines interesting, not the dialect, is your connection to your body. Does that make sense? All right, so if I could have some jiggle action tonight during the run through, that would be great. Just, you know how to check yourself now, and then just take it back into the dialect work or the speaking work or whatever you're going to be doing tonight. All right. Good. All right.
Thank you for submitting.
Alrighty then. Is that your pen? Oh, yes, it's mine.
Any one of you, stop, please. On the camera.
I don't know how to stop it.
It's a little